like a bouncer for a club or something? It's Club Melanie. I've been wanting to come into Club Melanie forever. You guys never let me in.
I'm sorry.
Today I'm coming in. No. Even if I have to.
That's so low value to say it that way. You never let me in. It's indicating that he's expecting rejection from the club. I don't want to get political in this video. I mainly want this to be a piece to explain to people who are outside the dating industry why we do things the way we do. Why it's necessary for a man to go through a journey. Why it's necessary for a guy to learn how to be attractive to the opposite sex. If he wants to have a successful dating life, if he wants to attract somebody to him that he is into, instead of settling for a girl or a subpar relationship. With that being said, let's get into the video.
Vince Kelvin.
I'm Chris Nappy. I'm a dating coach and pickup artist.
I'm known to make men less creepy.
I understand where the opinion's coming from, but I don't really like the language because it's like objectifying women as like a sexual object.
I'm like disgusted. I'm like,
You're not entitled to women's attention.
I think he's just trying to sell a product at the end of the day, you know.
This is crazy.
I know Vince Kelvin. I've seen him quite a bit. He's actually one of the first dating coaches I ever met. He's a very nice guy, super sweet. However, the guy can be a little bit cringy at times. And is his infield that great? No. Is he that good a coach? I don't know. He has people's best intentions at heart, though, and I really do think he's trying. I think he's a good person. In that regards, he's a good coach.
Attract and seduce more beautiful women. Learn how to approach beautiful girls with ease and drive them crazy with attraction. The art of seduction is critical to your success as a man. Right now, already what I'm seeing is a lot of toxic masculinity. The idea that in order to have worth as a man, you have to have some sort of level of sexual conquest. And that drives from a very fragile ego.
You've been described as the king of makeouts. Is that true?
This is something that I don't like about feminism. They don't understand that men have to level up. They have to work their way up. Yeah, at some point, that shouldn't be a man's goal. A man shouldn't be looking at this as a permanent solution. A lot of men don't have any options whatsoever. And girls like guys that have options. This is the truth. A guy that acts a certain way does have options. And then from there, once you're the kind of guy who has value to women, then you can choose the kind of girl that you want. You can choose your potential perfect partner. Girls are extremely picky. And a lot of women come from a place of being hurt. They're hurt by other men. They end up, especially feminists. A lot of feminists are, they experience the life of a girl that can fuck those top tier guys, but can't tie them down. And then they get hurt, they get their emotions hurt, a guy cheats on them, etc. And then they blame all their men that are good with girls for this reason. That's the problem. They become emotional and they stop thinking critically. And that's actually a stage for women. Women have to go through a stage of being hurt and hating men, honestly. For men, if you're coming from a low place, you go through a stage of hating women. The idea is that you move through it, though, and you get to a place where you have more of an actual understanding of what's going on. Yeah, there's shitty guys and shitty girls. There's shitty people just in general, but there's cool people too. Just because you learn how to become good with women does not make you a bad person. Just because you learn how to have options in women doesn't make you a bad person. And if you're somebody who also doesn't want to date seriously, just be honest and authentic about it. This girl throughout the entire video is annoying as fuck, as a heads up. She very clearly does not like men, and that's okay. Again, it's a stage in her development.
I love making out, you know?
This is crazy.
Okay, wow. It's a lot of kissing.
Vince Kelvin,
Jeez.
makeouts, hands down, over 230 makeouts last year.
But who's keeping track of makeouts and why?
Like, I wonder if he has trouble.
Yeah, so that's another thing I hate about the pickup community. From mainstream society's visage, the things that we do are very creepy. And yeah, the makeout king is a very creepy thing. There's no way in hell I'd ever call myself that. Vince Kelvin is a coach that... There's a lot of different types of coaches in the pickup industry, and there's a type of coach that I've seen a lot where they were, maybe at the time, very good. They were the best that there was, but they stopped learning, they stopped evolving, they stopped trying to improve. And then the shit that they're doing is dumb stuff like this. I like Vince Kelvin as a person, but it is creepy. It's a creepy statement to say, and very socially unintelligent to put it out there that I am the kind of guy that makes out with everybody. I do like his reasoning, and yeah, actually, one of the people is about to mention here in a quick second. As long as it's consensual, there's no problem with doing that. It is weird to put your entire ego on it, to put your ego into being somebody that makes out with a lot of people. That's not great mentally. Not a big fan of it. It is what it is. I can't complain with it. It's as long as it's consensual, there's nothing really anybody can fucking say about it.
Trouble feeling his emotions, and like he wants that high of making out with girls to feel something in his heart.
All of those makeouts seem consensual, so there isn't much that I can say. If y'all both like it, y'all both do y'all thing.
Okay, hold it. Your looks are distracting. You gotta at least say hello if you're gonna pass by with such cool looks.
Okay. That kind of would have got me, honestly. I probably would have stopped. But, like, no.
I really mean it, genuinely. I kind of forgot where I was going, and what are your names? Wait, like a civilized hello. A fast one, though, because I got
Okay, notice these women's body language. They do not want to talk to him. It does not matter that he is complimenting them. They're not interested.
How about you just go to a place where people are open to talk to you in the first place? Most people that are walking on the sidewalk are heading somewhere to do something and don't have the time to talk to some creep.
I've met a lot of guys like this specifically. I've seen this guy's caricature of a person so many fucking times, especially being somebody that does what I do for a living, does what they do for a living. You just end up kind of seeing caricatures of people. And this kind of individual is the most fucking annoying person you've ever met in your life. He's very judgmental. He's very, to be fair, he's very unself-aware. Some of these guys take on this character trying to actually get the same result that Vince Kelvin's trying to get. They think that by pandering that somehow they're going to get a girl into them, and I must be a better person for not doing this. But really what they're doing is they're rationalizing inaction. This is actually something I work with a lot of my clients, where they will self-lie about not approaching. And it's the idea that I'm taking away something from somebody by approaching them saying hi. Here's the thing though. If you do approach somebody and somebody is not receiving you well, totally okay. Absolutely okay. In the early stages where you guys are trying to learn how to do this, you're always allowed to approach, but they are allowed to reject you any which way they want. And you have to be cool about it. You have to be happy. You cannot get egotistical about it. You can't be mad about it. You have to just accept it as it is. The amount of dates that I've been on from girls in the streets or sidewalks is fucking innumerable. And if a girl is, for whatever reason, just not wanting to receive you, it's totally fine. Hey, I hope you have a good day. Have a good night. Whatever. Just all good. Not a big deal. It's about letting go of your ego. And people are going about their own shit. Sometimes girls have a boyfriend. That's their way of rejecting you, to stay loyal. Sometimes it has to do with the fact that maybe they're in a bad mood. Maybe they're one of these feminist girls like the one that was earlier in this video. And they just they're in a place where they just hate men. And that's okay. It's a stage of development. Hopefully she moves past that. Hopefully guys that have this problem where they, take shit to heart. I wish a lot of you guys had done as many approaches as I have throughout the years of me doing this and understood what I'm trying to explain to you guys here. It's not that big a fucking deal for a girl to say no. It does not mean you're ugly. It does not mean that you are not valuable as a person. It means that you are somebody that needs to improve. Maybe you made a mistake, and you do that through writing field reports. Sit down, ask yourself, did I make her feel uncomfortable? Did I overstay my welcome? Could I have said something that would have enticed her more? Was my tone inauthentic? Was it creepy? Did I come across like somebody that was low value? Ask yourself these questions. Vince Kelvin, unfortunately, I don't think does field reports. It seems like he's somebody who got stuck in his time period, and that's very normal for a lot of coaches. I've seen a lot of coaches that have been coaching as long as him and get stuck. He's very stuck in a certain image and a certain ideal, and that's okay. It's fine. I hope he actually does watch this video. I really do like this guy. I think he's legitimately a good person. It's just he needs to improve his approach, and it's not that hard. It's not that hard to improve an approach. He likes being flamboyant. He is a little bit histrionic in energy, and that's fine. Again, it's a level of development. And as coaches, we have to be able to take criticism. We have to be able to take advice. It's how we become better coaches and how we become better at this. Here's the unfortunate truth about going out approaching girls. If you're somebody who is not yet good with the opposite sex, yeah, you're going to initially be creepy. You're initially going to get some awkward situations. But these are adults you're talking to. By making people feel uncomfortable, you are not somehow evil as long as you're trying to improve. It's a dumb scenario to expect somebody just out of the gate to know how to talk to girls and be attractive. A lot of men will rationalize not approaching girls because it's scary and they don't have a lot of self-awareness. I've heard this excuse a lot from guys that I've been coaching. I actually had this thought too. I was afraid of going out and approaching women, especially initially. Yeah, you can 100% approach girls in the day and attract them, pick them up, take them on dates. I've done it hundreds of times. But here's the thing. You're always allowed to approach a girl, especially in the early days when you're trying to figure this out, but the girl's allowed to reject you in any which way she wants to. And you have to be comfortable with that. You can't let it get to your ego. You're trying to learn a skill set here. Write field reports, learn from your mistakes. If you see a girl's uncomfortable, what did I do to make her feel uncomfortable? Can I fix that? Can I not do that next time? How can I be more charismatic? Did I say, what could I have said? Is there a better way of going about things? Unfortunately, Vince Kelvin is not somebody who has been thinking critically. I do like the guy a lot. I think he's a really great person. However, he's not somebody who has been trying to perfect the craft of talking to girls for a long time. He's not very charismatic. He's, again, a very empathetic person that shines through. He's somebody that obviously cares. But it would be nice, too, if he polished his skills over time. Nobody starts in anything and is 100% good at it to begin with. Yeah, you're going to come across creepy, you're going to come across awkward, but that's fixable. Creepiness comes from a need for outcome. But the second that you learn how to let go of the outcome and you learn how to flirt for fun instead of needing something from the girl, the creepy energy goes away.
There's multiple people, but on the sidewalk, as somebody's heading to their job or meeting up with a friend, you're not going to get great results.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a guy who's never approached a girl in his life. Is he really going to be somebody who's going to be the orbiter of this? Yeah, if you're making a girl feel uncomfortable, walk off, go talk to somebody else, it's totally fine. If she's in a bad mood, it's fine. If she's in a rush, it's okay. No worries. Have a good day. It's all good. Just take rejection. Don't take rejection to heart. Be kind in rejection. Be chilled out in rejection. Actually, to be fair, if you guys took rejection better, you guys would actually find that some of those girls actually spin around and start liking you.
We cannot meet people on the street anymore. What is that? Where are we going if we put restrictions to where you can meet people? Think about it. You go ahead.
We're a social species. It's stupid to say. You single individual, you're not allowed to go say hi to people. You're not allowed to communicate with others. We're a social species. For individuals to get over being creepy as well, they have to go through that being creepy stage. Everybody starts off being creepy. A lot of guys do. There's some of those rare motherfuckers that have just had the right amount of dominoes drop. But if you meet somebody who's going to be sexy, yeah, you're going to go through a stage of being awkward and creepy. But you write the field reports, you think critically, and you overcome it. You overcome it and you learn from your mistakes.
Are you like a bouncer for a club or something? It's Club Melanie. I've been wanting to come into Club Melanie forever. You guys never let me in.
I'm sorry.
Today I'm coming in. No. Even if I have to.
That's so low value to say it that way. You never let me in. It's indicating that he's expecting rejection from the club.
Use force. Melanie, today I'm entering your club.
Okay, first of all, if I was her, I probably would have not entertained all of that. To me, it was kind of obvious that she wasn't really trying to talk. So I feel like, you don't have to push it at that point. I don't like unconsensual touching. I hate when guys touch me.
You're not entitled to women's attention.
Why do you think she said no thank you so politely?
She's so mad. Okay, look, so I do agree with her. I mean, to some extent, but she's getting very emotional about something that shouldn't be. I mean, look, as a girl, girls get passively hit on and they get passive men coming in. Guys don't have that option. A lot of you guys who are not approaching, you guys might be finding that you guys don't have options in women. Isn't that surprising? It's because women were not going to go out of their way to talk to you. They're expecting you to do that. So what these guys are trying to do is they're trying to help out guys in that aspect of finding a partner, finding a relationship. And that's just the way it is. She's not very self-aware, and she doesn't understand what it's like to be a guy. She doesn't understand that a guy does not have her image. She doesn't have her reality of dating is completely alien to a guy's reality of dating. Men don't have passive stream of dates, passive stream of women coming into their lives. You have to be social. You have to get yourself out there, and this is a really good way of doing it.
A lot of women are afraid to be aggressive or assertive when stating no, because again, men have a habit of kind of assaulting us for not being polite enough.
Oh, by the way, something smells real good here. What is it? Is it your hair?
Too much.
It's not your hair. It's right here. Something like right there. Let me see.
Too much.
Normally, when I do that routine, then I go like, but rest assured, I won't bite you because I'm a vegetarian vampire. The most I will do is this. but I'm not gonna do it.
I'm like disgusted. I'm like crawling.
Don't do that. Do not invade their personal space without their consent. Don't touch people without their consent.
Like, he's making it seem like, oh, this is the way you can get girls if you, like, act like me. But she clearly looks like, obviously, like, irritated. She looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her, honestly, at this moment.
Don't get emotional, man. I agree, though.
Uplifting, like, his male community. I mean, that's basically it. I can't really say anything else. Like, it just seems so sleazy.
If they do that every morning, they feel confident. All power to them, to be honest.
Does that one get approval from you?
I get approval. Minus the, that thing. But everything else, I respect it.
I guess it's cool that you're trying to help people. I think that is very nice and kind from the heart.
Would you be open to meeting Vince today face to face?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, so I've seen a lot of girls that are similar to her. She'll figure it out eventually, honestly. I hope she figures it out sooner than later. She's very angry at men. It has nothing to do with this whole industry. She just is mad at men. She thinks that men have something that women don't. But really, it's a give and take. Women have certain problems. Guys have certain problems. It's super fucking normal. But she's not experienced enough in dating to understand what's going on. And she created him, like, all right, to be fair, actually, what she's doing is a little bit of what's called GSR. She's imagining her future potential dating partner watching this video and liking this guy. He's going to talk my potential future boyfriend into cheating on me and being unfaithful, which is not something that any good coach should ever coach. I think a good coach should teach honesty and authenticity, but that's her visage. She thinks that this is teaching guys how to be players, and it's not what we're doing. It's not what dating coaches are doing. We're not teaching guys to be players. We're teaching guys to be attractive to the opposite sex, and you want your potential partner to be sexy. You want your potential partner to be a man. You want to be masculine. You want to know how to communicate and be charismatic and outgoing. That's just the way it is. I mean, do you want like a shy pussy? Do you want a shy, like, soft guy? No, of course you don't. I think Vince Kelvin's doing a great job of it. Not really. I do like the guy a lot, but he's kind of caught in like an old paradigm of dating coaches. I wish that he thought more critically about his coaching. I wish that he thought more critically about how he was improving his results with his clients. I think he's a little bit histrionic and stuck. It's okay, though. It's all good. I mean, he's a very intelligent guy and is a really good person. I really think he's going to grow and get better as time goes on.
Not really. I don't think we'd have a ton in common.
I'm moved, saddened, not really surprised.
So in a sense, psychologically, when you're talking about postmodernists and their rejection of these classic male structures, or what they're doing is realizing that they're not going to compete in the classic, as stated, male hierarchy, so they're creating their own version of it.
Mm-hmm. Sure, that's the creative element. Sure. Well, we asked earlier, what's the motivation of these pathological guys who are out there, like, bolstering up the feminists? Yeah, well,
they don't compete any other way.
They don't compete. They figured out how to compete. They compete as allies, let's say. Mm-hmm. Very sneaky.
It's easy to say something doesn't work, but it's a lot harder to come up with a better solution. I challenge anybody that is in the woke culture to come up with a better solution for men. I doubt you'll find one. As somebody who's been doing this for 15 years, been fighting for that solution for a long time, I highly doubt you guys will find it. And to be fair, too, I don't think the woke culture really cares about men. It's not their faux pas. They more care about winning and winning for themselves. A lot of feminists, unfortunately, are not doing it for some altruistic reason. They're doing it for selfish reasoning. And they like to enact their rules and laws through GSR. Gossiping, shaming, rallying, which is a lot of what you see in common culture. They're trying to move culture in a certain way so it benefits them and nobody else.
Surprise!
Surprise! Hello. Hello, Vince. It's nice to meet you.
Likewise, you comfortable with touch?
Only the hands.
Only the hands. No, I think we're in a day and age where you ask first. And the videos, it's out of context.
100%.
We got to know that it's out of context, meaning we don't see what happened before or after. You have?
I have, yes. As far as some of the dating techniques,
it's important to respect each other as people, and I feel like some of the things that you were doing maybe make people uncomfortable, especially as a woman. You don't know when, you know, if I deny this man, if that's going to be the man that tries to hurt me, you know? So it's not always easy to just tell a guy, hey, you're making me uncomfortable.
I lived in Vegas when I was younger, and I was actually approached by a pickup artist, and he tried to touch me as a 13-year-old.
I come from the place of making men more aware of abundance. A guy's talking to you and he does something that makes you uncomfortable right away because he knows there's more available. He's good with that. So I'm making them gentlemen.
I think it's disgusting, but if if I think a lot of men and people out there need help, so I guess it's a good thing that you guys are helping them, but it just gotta, not cross boundaries.
A lot of it is due to a misconception. A lot of people go, oh, that girl is uncomfortable. The girl at the end of the free presentation hired me. She became one of my top trainers. So there's a lot of assumptions. Assumption.
I'm Confidence Chris on TikTok. The reason I think I give good dating advice is because I know what the toxic guy thinks, because I have been that guy.
What's your opinion on feminists?
I like to think I'm a feminist. I with feminism.
Confidence Chris. It's not what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. Okay. You can schedule a phone call with him for an hour for $250. Okay.
All right, I know this one's gonna be bad because it's a podcast, and men in podcasts.
Honestly, I actually do love this guy's energy. He's all right. Look, unlike Vince Kelvin, again, who I like, I think that this guy clearly is getting results. He seems like a cool individual. He seems like a cool guy. They do try to slip him up on a couple of things, which I'll get into in a quick second when that does come around in the video.
Us don't go well together, to be honest.
As a girl, you be with whoever the you want to be, right? There should be guys in life that you're like, I with you, but realistically, you're not that cool, and I'm down to just fuck. I don't think you should hold back. I honestly don't think you should hold back if you want to the guy because he's hot and he doesn't have anything else going on for him.
I understand where the opinion's coming from, but I don't really like the language because it's like objectifying women as like a sexual object. This
is what I hate about black and white thinking. It's not all right. Look, here's the problem. Whenever we're trying to teach people how to improve with the opposite sex, black and white thinking does come to play. You have to have the gray zones. You have to have the black and the white. You have to have the good, the give and the take. It has nothing to fucking do with that. That's something that's fucking annoying. Look, this girl's very young, and she's also clearly very biased. She had a guy that approached her when she was 13, I guess. She never really went into that too much. I guess he just approached her. Yeah, it's on occasion you just want to fuck. On occasions you also want to get to know a girl if you guys really click like that. He's not saying that because you have one you can't have the other. He's saying that if that is the case, yeah, then do it. You can have both. You're going to talk to a girl on occasion that you like, this girl right here, this girl's fucking cool. And I want more than just sex. This girl though, this girl's a little bit fucking weird, crazy as fuck, but she's hot. It's okay to have sex though. And yes, it goes both ways. Girls do the same fucking thing. That's what annoys me. The problem with feminism is that they want their cake and they want to eat it too. They don't want equality. They want to change the dynamics around women dating, but they also don't want to change the dynamics around men dating because they feel like men have so much shit, that we have so much stuff, we have so much, life's so much easier being a man. It's actually, to be fair, it's very selfish. For a girl to be like a feminist that's that type of person, where it's like, I can have that, but you can't. It's very selfish.
I wouldn't talk about a man like that.
Yeah, you would.
There's nothing wrong with wanting to f somebody just because you want to f them. You don't have to always be looking for a relationship, and that goes for men and women.
Mm-hmm. This is going to sound stupid, but kind of look at them as if it was like you're just your home. You know what I mean? It's just like you're talking to somebody, and it's like, okay, we're just having a regular-ass conversation. Yeah. Treating them as if you've known them for almost a really long time, not being afraid to just talk to them like they're a normal person. You know what I mean? That's really what it comes down to.
A friend.
Yes, a friend. Yeah. Look at her like she's an ugly chick.
Yeah. Okay, so again, a lot of feminists are not going to understand this. What he was trying to get at, which they're going to fucking ream him right now, because I know how that just triggered literally everybody in this fucking group, and that's what they're trying to shoot for. What he's trying to say though is that men put women on a pedestal. So a lot of men, when they first start in the shit, they put women on a pedestal. And what a lot of guys find that's easier is approaching, like talking to an uglier girl or a girl you don't find attractive is easy. But suddenly when you talk to this girl that's so gorgeous or pretty in your head, something that you find attractive, suddenly the words are harder to come across. I actually teach something similar to this. It's like if you find something very attractive, it is hard to speak. And a lot of women don't understand this because, again, it's the man's job to pursue. The man is pursuing, and the women is deciding, hey, is he cool? Is he somebody that I want to be around? Is he actually somebody who's valuable enough for me to be interested in? So you actually have to be very verbose. You have to be very charismatic. And so, yeah, like having the frame of treating the girl like an ugly chick does work. So, I mean, fuck the people that are in this fucking thing. It takes a certain level of experience and intelligence to really kind of pick this up. And I'm surprised at how many people can't understand black and white mentalities. What this guy's trying to do is trying to improve the lives of men. And a lot of these guys are not these fucking douchebag guys. They're very shy. They're very in their head. They're not putting themselves out there. They have a hard time just communicating to begin with. And like they're just terrified of talking to girls. And so the mindset of like talking to a girl that's more ugly or like that you don't find attractive will calm the guy down. I've done this in the past on dates where if I'm on a date with a gorgeous girl, I will focus on something I don't like about her initially if I am finding myself to be nervous, and that does calm me down. So yeah, these guys are about to ream them though for stupid reasons. It's okay though. They're not dating coaches, they're not professionals in this field, so they don't know any better.
You had me until the end. Promoting confidence in people, that's great, but like talk to everybody as if they're a friend. They don't need to be an ugly person to talk to them with kindness and understanding. Like, just get to know people. That's all you have to do at the end of the day.
What would you think if I told you that most of his audience is women?
I can see why. He's attractive.
All right, let's go for our biggest icks for girls. Hygiene.
Okay, one ick I have is when men use the word ick, okay? That's a girl thing. That's for the girls. I'm sorry. Okay, continuing.
You know, no one loves a smelly coochie. You're not a bad You're just a regular white girl from a small white town.
Did you really just say smelly coochie?
Sorry? The BBL's gotta go. That shelf is looking a little sus. You tell me... Come on.
Okay. I'm personally not really for the BBLs, but if women want to do that and want to look that way, then it's not really up to like this person or this guy.
Here's my 2 cents. He's trying to get views. I actually have a decent TikTok following myself. And yeah, he's experimenting. He's trying to find an angle that's going to get him more views so he can like continue to do this professionally. You have to get views. No matter how good of a coach you are, you have to get views to get money to make it in this industry full time and to perfect your craft. So he's trying different stuff out. Yeah, ick is a word that was trending there for a quick second. So is Riz. And by using these words, it will help you out in your algorithm, especially on TikTok. TikTok's a very quick, fast type of a form of media, and you need to get people's attention quick. And the word ick would help him out in getting more views.
It's in or out. I mean, tribal tattoos are out.
Everybody's getting so fucking emotional, though. He's not saying don't get a big butt, a BBL. He's just making a joke, dude. Don't take shit so seriously. Jesus.
He still has these.
And now he's trying to diss on him as if stop being so emotional, dude. It's not meant to be so emotional. You're such a crybaby.
Moving on.
Okay, do not give away your access for cheap. It's given feminist.
You hold your access. You really want a guy to like you a lot, you make it hard.
Yeah.
Think about the feeling you have when you hike a small mountain. You're like, all right, I don't care. But like, think about the feeling you would have if you climbed Mount Everest. Now, imagine the same thing about the way a guy was trying to go after you. Yeah. If you make it Mount Everest, they're going to appreciate you a lot more.
I see the logic, but I think everyone is different. It's all a case-to-case thing.
I do not agree with that at all. I feel like this kind of video is insidious in its impacts, because it's saying to women like, make things harder. But what that message sends to men is, it's not that she isn't interested in me. That no didn't really mean no. That no actually meant try harder. And that's a lot more dangerous of a narrative.
Chris, I think you might just be a little young. I don't know how old you are, but some of these things, like, don't give away your access for cheap. They just feel kind of like you have blinders on and you're only thinking from your point of view when there's, like, so many point of views.
Would you be open to meeting Chris today and talking to him?
Sure. I'd give it a shot.
Hey,
Nice to meet you.
what's going on?
Hi.
How's it going?
Chris.
Thought you'd be taller.
Thanks. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Hello, short king.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Can I give you a hug?
Yeah, you give me a hug.
Oh my god.
I know you only saw a handful of the videos, but...
I think I've actually seen your stuff on TikTok. That's why I think I was confused, because I've seen stuff on, like, your other stuff on TikTok that actually gave really solid advice.
I think that's the issue, though, is that, like, a lot of people do see these, like, quick things. They make 1 second judgment, and then they're just like, this guy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a problem with the internet.
Would you say that any of my videos, I think you said one of them was insidious?
Not intentionally insidious, but I do think it has the potential to bring the wrong message to the wrong people.
Gotcha.
Which is what I'm saying, like, because, like, I don't think you come from a bad place. You
No.
You don't strike me as one of those bad dudes who's like, red pill. Like, you're not one of those guys.
That's not my vibe.
It just seems like there might be a little bit of blinders on in certain areas.
That's fair. I mean, I would agree with that. I feel like I hear a lot of these comments, like, online, but then just, like, hearing it from people directly is just a different experience. You're like, that's not what I intended. I think hearing all those different perspectives, like, honestly, in a weird way, helps me, like, think about or make the content I make, because I'm like, what I'm saying is not necessarily what they're picking up, to be honest.
Yeah.
Actually...
This guy's very intelligent. I actually love his energy. That's the way I look at your guys' comments. At least sometimes I try to. If I see self-defeating behavior or victimhood mentalities, that does piss me off. But if somebody gives me some really good criticism, you guys probably seen in my comments on my videos before, if you're a regular viewer, I really actually listen. If you guys give me really good advice, I love that shit. It improves my content, improves my thinking, improves my process, makes me a better coach, makes me better at this shit. I do like that. I love that he took it with an open mind. He didn't get super defensive. Really bad coaches do that, where they get defensive whenever their ideals are attacked. All right, guys, I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. And if you guys are interested in coaching, text me at 702-841-9909. And with that being said, peace.
Yo.